What's going on, YouTube? Got a update here for you. I'm still working off the first round, and from my understanding, the hotter you get, the less um, time it lasts. You know, the growing degree days is basically how long before it grows out of the chemical that you put in there. So I'm going to probably um, within a week or so, probably within the next week, and it's been down here 2 weeks. Probably within the next week or so, I'm going to add another application of it because uh, I really don't want to get into the regrowth phase. And for those that don't know, it's a plant regulator and it regulates the growth of the plant very well. But the downside would be like if you miss the application for the next application to keep the chemical inside of the plant, then it grows even faster than it would normally grow. So I'm trying to avoid all of that. So that's the key to the plant growth regulator. And I will tell you that it does make the lawn look a lot better. And the other benefit of it is it also regulate weeds. So much so that some of them are disappearing, like the poannual. You know, I can't find any of it anymore. I had some in here, but I can't find any more. And it's not that it's time for it to die off because the temps are still in the 70s, the low 70s today. So I just think this is a great product. And with I go into the fall and overseeding in the fall with a lot more confidence, knowing that I can knock out some of those weeds in the spring, and then in the spring I will use a heavy pre-emergent. So it's looking good. I'm going to add some dismiss to it to get rid of some of the other grasses in here. I have some Dallas grass. I'm going to see what it'll do with the Johnson grass. Not for sure how that's there. I'm not for sure if you guys know anything that can is labeled for Johnson grass that won't harm fescue. Feel free to drop a comment down there and let me know what that is. But right now, the lawn is looking decent. Um, there are some patches of lighter green and darker green, and where you see that, that's primarily the overseed that I done just recently in the spring. And the newer grass has a lighter green texture to it than older grass. So I'm hoping that this is a overseed that I won't have to do in the spring anymore. It'll be all reserved to the fall if I do it at all. And the patchiness I won't have to deal with, but it still looks good all in all. So anyway, North Texas, Fescue in Texas, is still a go for you guys who are trying to um, take a different path. I feel very confident, mainly because I've already done this. This is not my first go around, and it's never been a summer that was not hot in Texas. And so I've gone through 3 summers with this, and well, this will be the third summer. So I'm confident that it'll take hold. The grass is genetically modified to deal with heat. It drops deep root for water drought situation, and then the Kentucky bluegrass that I added is very tolerant to the actual heat. So I think it's a 1-2 combination. There's a pop and the information that out there is available for everyone, and it just haven't caught on. So it's some of you guys who are in those areas like me, and you may listen to some professionals or listen to people who have said that, oh, that's the wrong type of grass, and I'm just here to tell you that's just not truth. And I've just had it too long. And the thing about these, we listen. I know a lot of people listen to the professionals, but you know, professionals live where they live. When I say professional, I meant the professional YouTubers that's what I call them. They live where they live. I live where I live. So they are not just up to date on what type of weather that I have. So they can only generally speak of what they know. They hear Texas, then they think of tumbleweeds and no rain and you know, just hot, which it is, but it's just as hot. They are just as, some of them are just as hot as we are. So I I took a chance on this grass, and I'm glad I did, because there's no way I would have been able to get a strand of Bermuda or St. Augustine, Zoysia. There's no way I could have patched it. There's no way I could have sodded this. There was no other option. There was no other option for me. And because I wanted a yard that looks good now, and I made a commitment and a decision to go with this, even if it 100% died. I'd rather deal with being brown a couple of months as opposed to almost half the year with the other grasses. And that's just what that is. But luckily, I don't have to deal with that because of the modifications and the genetically modifications that they've made to these type of grasses to make it available. So, yep, I'm down in the South, and we have to band together to really showcase this grass and let everyone know that it's okay. There's something else. There's something else besides Bermuda and St. Augustine in the South, and at least where I am, this it's just become really easy or easier to maintain a yard further south than normal to maintain this type of grass. So, hey, wish me luck. You know, I'm going through this, and I'm going to be detailing, like I've detailed in the past on some of my other videos, the trials and tribulations, just the things that I've been going through the last couple of years on this journey. I've learned a lot, and I've picked up a lot of information and researched and put a lot of what the research has that's out there. I put it in the field, and this is what you have. Thanks for watching, YouTube. If you can, like and subscribe so you can keep up with what I'm dealing with this grass. And I will say right off the bat before I go that there is going to be a spot right there that's going to brown. A spot right there that's going to brown. And a spot right there that's going to brown. I know that. I think there's another one. And what that is there, my sprinkler valves they've sunken, and there's a little dirt over it, and my grasses grew over it. There's a tree stump that I didn't take all the way up, so it's not allowing the roots to go down because there's a stump there. There's a water valve for the city there, and again there's a sprinkler valve over here. So those areas are going to get brown, I'm sure, but you know, it's every year until I raise that up level. I'm just gonna deal with what I have. Every year I'll just curve it up and I'll do something later, eventually maybe raise them up to the height of the lawn, but right now I'm covering it up. Thanks again, YouTube.